Happy New Year! I'm Garnet, this is Eggs. I finished the script for sure. I did full script for the last one. Time to go over my top 10 favorite anime that came out in 2024. I already released my video for the older ones. Also, I actually watched more than enough for this one to actually be a top 10 list this time. 10. Delusional Monthly Magazine, a comedy made by OLM, an original anime. A scientist, Goro Sato, gets involved with the staff of a magazine, Delusional Monthly Magazine, and some characters start turning into anthropomorphized animals, and they're looking for the Mo continent, which is basically Atlantis. Furries are from Atlantis. So I didn't look into this at all before watching. I seriously just saw all the pretty colors and was drawn in by that alone. I didn't check any tags. I didn't even know there were furries. I thought this would be some sort of reverse harem with maybe Chunibyo or something because of the delusion part. No. Very wrong, very incorrect. But push away any weird lewd thoughts you might be getting. This is absolutely for children. It is completely innocent. Feels like something I would have watched on 4Kids as a child. It's oddly nostalgic watching something like this. It's very, very silly. So yeah, I didn't know what I was walking into here. But it was good. It was good enough to be number 10 at least. It pushed some other stuff out of the way. Number 9, Buchigiri, an action comedy made by MAPPA, an original anime. This one also pulled me in with bright colors initially. I'm very simple-minded. A genie named Senya possesses Attribution, who accidentally gets involved with several gangs that are fighting each other, while he was just trying to pursue his love interest, Mahoro, who happens to be the sister of the leader of Sigma Squad, Marito. Attribution also just reunited with his childhood best friend, Matakara, who is part of a rival gang, Minato Kai. Senya lends him his strength, impressing all of the gangs and making them all want to recruit him. There's also a third gang, NG Boys. Since this is a MAPPA anime, and the creator, Hiroko Utsumi, also created Skate, which I loved. I thought this anime was going to be so fucking cool. It kind of was. It looks cool. It started out really fun. It was still pretty fun in the end, but yeah, I definitely got a little less interested as it went on. I think that it could have been better, but I still enjoyed myself overall. Not as good as Skate. 8. The Grim Variations, a psychological horror thriller made by Wit Studio, very loosely based on some fairy tales, but otherwise an original anime. The original character design was done by Clamp. Can you tell? So this one is only 6 episodes, but each one is 40-something minutes long, so it takes about the same time as watching a 12-episode anime. Each episode is a new story, each one being based on a different fairy tale. Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel, The Elves and the Shoemaker, the Town Musicians of Bremen, and the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Each episode gives off a completely different vibe from the rest. They vary a lot in themes and setting and the level of horror. And their takes on these popular fairy tales are very unique. You are not going to see another Hansel and Gretel quite like that anywhere else. There's also some disturbing sexual content, so there's your warning for that. But very, very interesting anime. 7. Fluffy Paradise, an isekai fantasy slice of life made by EMT Squared, based on a light novel written by Himawari and illustrated by Hiroran. A woman dies from overworking and is reincarnated into another world as a little girl named Nima, who has the power to befriend any non-human creature. She can pet anything she wants. They all love her. And also God wants her to decide if all of humanity should be destroyed or not. This was cute and I would watch more, but I think I would have enjoyed this more with less serious moments and more cute fluffy moments. I absolutely watched this based on the title. Some not happy things happen. I was still overall happy though. Still thought of it as a cozy anime. 6. A Sign of Affection. A romance shoujo made by Aija Do, based on manga by Sue Morishita. Yuki Itose is deaf, using sign language, texting, and reading lips, but very rarely using her voice. Itsuomi Nagi can speak 3 languages, but sign language is not one of them. So, I actually didn't like Itsuomi that much. Unpopular opinion, I know. I didn't think he was that good looking or interesting, or really even that nice, since he would like do things like come up and touch her when she didn't see that he was there. Didn't like the rival either, that Oshi guy. He's an ass. So clearly I wasn't watching for the romance. I was watching because I just thought Yuki was really adorable. And I guess Itsuomi got better as it went on. I mean, I don't think he's horrible or anything. I don't hate him. Meh. But if Yuki wants him, I want Yuki to have what she wants. She's really cute. 5. Sasaki and Peeps. An isekai and reverse isekai. Slice of life shonen made by Silver Link. Honestly, I could have piled on so many other words to try and describe the show's genre. A lot of things happen. There's psychics, magical girls. It's crazy. Based on a web novel by, I'm so sorry, I'm not sure how to say it, Bunkoli. Well, it's on the screen. I'm sorry. Sasaki is a middle-aged man who does not die or get reincarnated. He is a middle-aged man. He stays that way. His bird is reincarnated though. Peachan, Peeps, you know, the title, was a sage in another world. Peachan can still use magic, allowing Sasaki to freely travel back and forth between the 2 worlds and live a double life. Not that he needs another world to experience magic, since his world, for some reason, has psychics and magical girls, and who knows what else. There's so much going on. Not gonna lie, I was a little worried about this one, since it keeps introducing like pretty girls that are definitely too young for Sasaki. But luckily nothing bad happens with that. No crushes any of the girls might have on him are reciprocated. This is not a romance or harem at all, thank goodness. Sasaki is a very likable protagonist, actually, altogether. 4. Villainous level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord. A villainous isekai josei made by Jumando, based on a light novel written by Satori Tanabata and illustrated by T. A girl gets reincarnated into, I can't remember how they said her name, Yumiella? Darkness, a hidden boss and villainess of an RPG otome. She wants to live as peacefully as she can, but also trains so much that she reaches level 99 by the time she enters the academy. Because of her ridiculous strength, she's mistaken as the demon lord. I know a lot of people are sick of isekai in general, and I'm not a big isekai person myself. I watched more this year. But I gotta say, I am liking this villainous genre that has come from it. People are probably sick of that as well already, but this is my favorite type of isekai. I need to watch more. I need to watch more of these. For this one in particular, I like how she's not even like a normal villainess. I mean, like usually, especially looks-wise, I do prefer the fancy, flashy villainesses. But it was a really neat idea that she wasn't really supposed to stand out. They don't play with it enough though, since she immediately gains attention from her strength. I think not being noticed could have worked well for like comedic purposes, since she's a hidden villainess. But this wasn't a comedy. 3. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. An action farming anime made by PA Works based on the video game of the same name, which I of course have and love. I've heard that both the anime and the game are getting sequels. Harvest Goddess Sakuna is the daughter of War God Takeribi and Harvest Goddess Toyohana. Both of her parents have been missing since she was a baby. Sakuna has become lazy, but after some humans make it into the capital on her watch, she is punished by having to go with the humans to Honoe, the Isle of Demons, to investigate the source of the demons and to grow a lot of rice. As far as I can remember, the story in the anime is more or less exactly like the game, I think. If you were choosing to do only one for some reason, I would say playing the game is better. It feels good to do her tasks myself. Still though, I'm glad I watched the anime as well. It was a very good adaptation. 2. Dun Dun Dun, a supernatural ecchi shonen. This is another one I could have slapped a couple different genre labels onto. I always pick like a handful so you get the idea without listing like everything that happens, you know. Made by Science Saru, based on a manga by Yukinobu Ryu. Okarun believes in aliens, not ghosts. Momo believes in ghosts, not aliens. They both want to prove to each other that they are right and the other is wrong. Chaos ensues, basically. I did not fully even comprehend what was happening in the first episode at first. My brain eventually adjusted to the weirdness, and it gets more understandable as it goes on. Still a crazy thing to experience the whole time though. This anime is insane. It is so much fun. For the most part. I haven't finished it as of my recording. I should be done with it by the time I release this video though. There is one episode that wasn't as fun though. One episode just gets so real in a very upsetting way. So, I don't want to say too much about what happens because, like, I don't want to spoil it, but just warning, something fucked up happens at some point. But overall, very fun. Really had a hard time picking between Dan 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 and the next anime for this place because I enjoyed them both so much for completely opposite reasons. This is gonna be the exact opposite of Dan Dan Dan. 1. Mr. Villain's Day Off. A sci-fi comedy slice of life made by Synergy SP and Shin-A Animation, based on a manga by Yu Morikawa. The General, that's what we call him, of an evil organization of aliens that wants to take over the Earth, fights Super Sentai heroes every day, except for his day off. He does not fight on his day off. Fighting is work. This anime follows the general on each of his days off as he falls in love with pandas and does a lot of pleasant things like trying different human foods. It's so cozy, so comfy, so calm. I love this anime so much. This is the kind of thing I was wanting from Fluffy Paradise. I got that with a tough-looking alien man instead of a little girl wearing a bow. Maybe that's even better. I really like his design, actually. Both his work version and his day off version. He is so precious. I love him. Most of the characters are decently likable too. It's fun to see everyone's reactions to the general's unexpected interests. And that's all for this video. Tell me what you think in the comments and what you watched this past year. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Happy New Year!